When I made up my mind that I need to learn English and I need to speak English fluently, it was very hard for me to remember words. To learn new words is a step, and remembering them and recalling them whenever necessary is a huge task for me. Do you also feel the same? Then this video is going to help you definitely. I am going to share with you 8 tips that would help you. So, without any delay, let's get into the video. If you are new, I am Gowthami. Welcome to my channel. The first technique I followed in order to remember the new words, to memorize them, is that I learned the new words in context. Okay, if you find any new word, instead of putting the word individually into your vocabulary list, try to make it a habit to put it in context. Okay, you need to remember the whole context in which the word is used. Then it will be very easy to you to retain or recollect the correct word whenever you want to use it. Otherwise, what happens is that you know the word, you know the meaning, but you do not know when to use that particular word. This happened to me so many times when I was in the initial stages of learning English. You know, it is like a mess because we have a number of words but we don't know when to use. We don't know the context, when to use that word. It is really a mess. We feel so bad because we know the word but we can't use it. What is the purpose of learning new words if you can't even use a single word in a particular context? So what I feel is that when you learn any new word, try to note that particular word in the particular context so that you can retain it for a long time. The next tip that helped me a lot in order to memorize new words is that to relate that particular new word into my real life routine. What I used to do is that whenever I used to write a diary before going to bed, I used to use that particular new word in my diary so that it would become a practice to me to use that particular word, and it will be very easy to me to use that word and also to recollect that word because I have related that particular word into my own life, right? So try this technique whenever you find a new word. For example, engross is a new word. The meaning of this word is to get involved into something, into doing some action, doing some work. So while writing my diary, what I wrote at my initial days was that I was really engrossed while watching this movie today. It means that I have used that particular word into the situation that happened in my life. The second time, I won't forget this particular word. The next time, it won't be hard to me to recollect the word called engross when I want to use it. So try to use it to explain the situations that happened in your life. Then definitely it will be very hard for you to forget that particular word. The third tip that I would give you that helped me a lot is that after learning 5 to 6 new words, you need to create a paragraph related to your own life. As I said earlier, you can create paragraph using the new words in your diary. For example, if I had learned 5 to 6 new words like get up, get ready, have brunch, cup of joe, pellet was scrumptious, hit the sack. For example, these are the new phrases and words that I learned on a particular day. Then how am I going to write a paragraph is that today
I got ready
up
as
at
fast
6
as I
a.m.
could. Later, as I skipped my breakfast, I decided to have brunch along with my friends.
After that, I met an old friend. So I decided to go to the cafe and order a cup of joe. Later on, I went to the famous restaurant and ate a lot because the plate was scrumptious. As soon as I reached home, I felt sleepy, so I decided to hit the sack by 9:30 p.m. So this is how I use all the new words and phrases that I learned on that particular day in order to create a story, in order to write my diary. So this will be a very useful technique to you because you are going to use all the words relatable to your own situations. It is a very excellent idea. Try it. Whenever you learn 5 to 6 words, first of all try to incorporate them into your daily activities. Then only go to the next set of words or the next batch of words. The next technique that helped me a lot is post-it notes. It is a very easy technique. It is nothing but you are going to take a flashcard and you are going to write that particular word and you are going to stick it on a wall, okay, or your board. And whenever it is possible, you are going to watch it and try to recall it. In this way, your brain is going to register it slowly so that you will never forget it. First time, it will be unfamiliar to you. Second time, third time, fourth time, you will be familiar with that particular word. And the fifth time, it will get registered in your brain and it will be very easy to you and it will be very hard to forget that particular word. So try this technique. It is very effective. I tried it a lot. Whenever I try to learn new phrases and new words, I try this technique a lot. I use this post-it notes technique until I remember that word. When I am habituated to use that particular word, then I change the words that are present on my board. The next technique that helped me a lot in order to memorize new words is to listen while reading or read while listening. This helped me a lot because if I only read a particular sentence, then I can't listen the pronunciation of a word, right? So it is very hard for me to again grab my cell phone and go to the pronunciation of the word and again learn it. I don't like it to pause in the middle because I lose interest very easily. And if I only listen to the context, the problem with me is that if that word is unfamiliar to me, then I cannot understand it. Even then, I need to take a pause. So, I prefer to improve my English and listen to stories or listen to any audiobooks while listening and reading at the same time. I like it a lot. If you want, you can also try to listen and read or read and listen at the same time. It will be very easy to you to learn new words without wasting your time. The best technique I followed was that I did not focus on all the words that I came across while reading a storybook or while reading a novel or while watching a movie or anything, because I divided vocabulary into some set. The first set is that I know the words clearly and I can use them very efficiently. I need not pause and search for that context, right? The second set is that I know the word. It means I heard it somewhere but don't know where did I hear it. But I know that that word is important. That word is used by so many persons. So at that time I would quickly grab my phone and note it down. And the third set is that is unrelated to me. If it is unrelated to me, sorry to say, I did not focus on it at all. I focused on only the words that are related to me. Only if I feel that yes, I need to learn this word. It is such a beautiful word and so many people are using it. I also need to use that particular word in order to speak English fluently. When I get that feeling, then only I am going to use, then only I am going to learn, then only I am going to memorize that particular word. So, what I want to tell you is that if there are 100 words, please don't focus or please don't try to memorize and learn all the 100 words. Just break them down. Okay? Learn only 50 or 30 words that you like, that you want to include, that you want to incorporate into your English speaking skill. Okay? So, in this way, you will learn only the words that are needed to you and that are used by so many persons. The next technique that helped me in order to memorize new words very easily is that repetition technique. I have told you so many times, right? Yes, repetition technique helps a lot. It will help you to retain that particular word into your brain for a long time. But I want to give advice while you are doing repetition technique. If you are doing repetition technique or practicing repetition technique, try not to translate each and every time. If you are a beginner and you need translation for sure, just try to do the translation just 1 to 2 times. And from the third time, try to repeat only the word and the context. Okay? Otherwise, what happens is that you can retain the word. If you are doing translation technique, you can obviously retain the word, but the problem is that it will be in your short term memory and you will lose the word very easily. You will forget it very easily. But when you stop the translation process and learn and try to memorize only the word in English and try to memorize the meaning and context of that particular word and try to use it only in English, then it is registered in your long term memory. So practice repetition technique at least 7 to 9 times, but make sure that you are not translating, using only English language or your target language that you want to learn. Last and finally, I would end the video by telling you one thing, that is, spoken words fly very easily while written words are going to retain for a very long time. Yes, this is true. You believe me or not, whenever I find a new word, the first thing that I do is to grab my phone and note it down in my notes or write it down. Usually, I use a pen. I like to use a pen because I like to write. So, it is up to you. Try to note it down or try to write and memorize it. So, these are some of the things I wanted to tell you. And if you are someone new to this channel, try to watch this video also. That would be very useful to you in order to improve your English language speaking skills. Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. See you soon in the next video.